Hello students, I am Dr. Ashish Kumar Suri. Welcome to revision summary part 9 of unit 8 of management. Today in this session we will discuss another important topic of operation research, which is queuing theory. You can expect one question from this topic. Expected mark will be 1 and the difficulty level may range from easy to moderate. So queue means waiting line. When you went to any shop or any place and you are waiting for your service turn, then you are a part of queue. So queuing analysis involves the study of waiting lines and queuing systems. A queue refers to customer or unit waiting for service. Remember, queue means the number of customers who are waiting for service. The customer who are getting the service or who are being served are not a part of queue, but they are a part of the entire system. When the rate of arrival of customer exceeds the service rate, a queue is formed. So when there will be a queue, when the rate of arrival of the customers will exceed the service rate. So for example, you went to watch a movie and you are waiting to collect the or to buy the ticket from the ticket window. So if the service rate, that means how many number of customers are being served per unit of time, if that will be lesser than the rate of arrival of customer, that means the number of customers who arrived per unit of time. So say for example 25 customers arrived per hour and only say 15 customers are served per hour. So this is what? This is arrival rate. This is service rate. 25 customers per hour. This is 15 customers per hour. So in this case, there will be a queue because the rate of arrival is greater than the service rate. Queue does not include the customer being served. Remember this, queue only means the customers who are waiting to get their service. Those customers who are getting the servicing. So when you are there at the ticket window and if you are being served, it means when you are collecting your tickets, so then you are not a part of queue. Only those customers who are waiting for their turn to get served are part of queue. The process or system that performs the service to customer is termed by service channel or service facility. So every ticket window is a service channel, or it is also known as a server. So say in a multiplex there are 4 windows from where customers can buy tickets at a point of time. So there are multiple channels, or there are 4 channels, or we can say 4 servers or 4 service facilities. Thus a queuing system can be described as consisting of customers arriving for service, waiting for service if it is not immediately attended, and leaving the system after being served. So customers are coming to the system, they are joining the queue if there is a queue, then they will wait for their turn to get the service, they will get the service and they will leave the system. So this is what a particular queuing system, a general framework or a general model of a queuing system. So here, from here the customer arrives. So this is what? Arrival process. Then if there is a queue, they become a part of the queue. They join the queue and they become the part of the queue. The number of customers in the queue will be what? The queue length. So queue length refers to the number of customers in the queue only, or number of customers who are waiting. Then queue discipline means that which rule we are following to serve the system. This we will discuss in the later part of this presentation. Then the customers, when their turn comes, they enter the service facility, they are being served in a particular manner, and then after getting service, they exit from the system. There are 3 important elements of a queuing system: arrival process, service system and queue structure. We will discuss all these 3 one by one. So the arrival pattern or the input process. It refers to the pattern in which the customers arrive and join for service in a system. This refers to the pattern in which customer arrive. So this is referred, it is concerned with the arrival pattern of the customer. Now input source means the place or the population from where the customers are joining the queue. It can be described by the size of the source, the arrival time distribution of the customer, that is in what pattern the customers are arriving per unit of time, and the attitude of the customers. This also we will discuss. Now, the size of the source or the population, it can be infinite or it can be finite. It is considered infinite if the rate at which source generates the customer is not appreciably affected by the number of customers in the service system. So, when the source generates customers and in a way that it is not affected by the number of customers in the system. So, if the length of queue is not defined, any number of customers can join the queue, then it is what? The infinite population. The source is considered finite if the rate is affected by the number of customers in the system. So, the source can be finite or it can be infinite. Then arrival time distributions, this means that at what rate the customers are joining the queue per unit of time. So, the period between the arrival of individual customers may be constant or it may be scattered in some fashion. Many of these distributions found in practice can be approximated by one of the well-known mathematical distribution. So, the various distribution patterns are these: the constant time distribution, Poisson distribution, exponential and Erlang distribution. Out of all these four distribution, the Poisson distribution is the most common distribution which is used to measure arrival of customers at the service facilities, and Poisson distribution is a discrete probability distribution. Now, the customer behavior. This means in what way the customer behaves when they join the queue. So, there are four types of customers in the queuing system. One is patience customer. They stay in the system either voluntarily or involuntarily until served, no matter how long they have to wait. So, these customers wait patiently when they join the queue. They wait until they are being served, no matter how much time will it take for their service term to get in. Okay. Then impatience or reneging customers. They wait for a certain time and leave the system if service is not commenced by that time. So, they are not patients, they are impatient customer, or they are also known as reneging customers. They wait for a certain time period. During that time period, if they did not get the service, then they will leave the system. Then bucking customer. These are the customers who decide not to join the queue when they see the queue is too long. So, if a customer see a long queue and decided not to join it, then it is known as bucking customer. Then jockeying customer. Customer move from one queue to another if they think they have chosen a slow line. So, when a customer joins a particular queue but found that particular queue moving too slow and then he decided to change the queue, then these customers are known as jockeying customers. This is important. Please remember these four types of customer behavior. Then second is service system or the mechanism in which the customers are being served. The service mechanism is concerned with service time and service facilities. The time interval from the commencement of service to the completion of service is known as service time. So, service time means the time at which you start getting the service and the time at which the service offered to you gets finished. That time is known as service time. So, say at 11 AM you start getting your service, okay, and by 11:05 you leave the system as your service is finished. So, the service time here is 5 minutes. Remember, it does not include the time that you have spent in the queue. It only means that how much time did it take to get you served. So, when you start getting the service and when your service finishes, the time duration in between these two events is known as what? Service time. Okay. Now, various types of service mechanism are: first is single queue, single server facility. This means there will be only one queue. Okay, and there will be only one service facility. Okay, so when you went to watch a movie and you find only one ticket window and only one queue is there, then that is an example of single queue, single server. Server means that at how many places you are getting the service facility. Okay, it is known as server or channel also. This is called a single service model, wherein the customers arrive and are served by a single server. For example, in a library or in a library counter or hotel reception, so there is only one reception. Say there is only one reception at the hotel, so you pay the bill and you leave the hotel. So this is an example of single queue, single server. Then we have multiple or parallel facility with single queue. So here you will have only a single queue, but the number of service facilities or the service station or the service channels or the servers will be more than one. A facility that has more than one server or channel which renders the same type of service is said to have used a multiple or parallel service structure. So for example, say in a bank there is a single queue, but there are more than one cash counters to accept the deposits from the customer. So that is an example of multiple channel with single queue. Then we have multiple or parallel facilities with multiple queue. So in this case, there will be multiple queue unlike a single queue, and there will be multiple servers also, like this. So there will be more than one queues, there will be more than one service stations or channels. So when you went to watch a movie, you find more than one window counters from where you can collect the tickets for the movie. So there will be more than one queues in front of each of the cash counters. So that is an example of multiple channel, multiple queue. Okay. So another example is supermarkets, where there are multiple cash counters where you can make the payments. So you will find multiple queues and multiple channels. Then service facility in a series or single channel but multiple phase. Now number of phases means that in how many parts you will get the complete service. So when you went to watch a movie, when you buy the movie from the same window counter, you collect the movie, you pay the cash, and then you came out of the queue. This is an example of single phase. But in multiple phases, the service will commence in number of parts. In this system, a customer enters the first service station, gets the portion of a service there, then move to the second station, get some service, and then again move to the third station, and so on. And finally, he move out of the system when the complete service is availed. So here the entire service is divided into various parts. At each service facility, you will get a portion of the service, then you move to the next service facility, and so on, and finally you leave out from the system. Third is queue structure. When a queue has been formed, a rule has to be made according to which customers are selected for service. So when there is a queue, it means there are more than one customers waiting to get the service. Then in that case, there will be some rule which should be followed, that which customer the system will select for the next service. This rule is known as queue discipline. This selection rule is known as queue discipline. The most common queue discipline is first come, first serve. Remember this. This is the first most common queue discipline, first come, first serve, or first in, first out. This means the customer who first join the queue will get the service first. So this is the first customer, then another customer joins, then another customer joins, and so on, and the queue goes on increasing in length. So this customer joins the queue first, okay, as compared to all these customers. So this customer will get the service before all these customers. This is first come, first serve, or first in, first out, FIFO rule, under which the customer are serviced in the selection order of their arrival. Another discipline includes last in, first out. In this case, the customer who joins the queue last will get the service first, but this is least accepted discipline. according to which the last arrival in the system is selected first. Selection for service in random order. So any customer can be selected out of all these. It is not that this will be selected first. It is not that this customer will be selected first. Any of the customers who are in the system can be selected for the service. So this is selection for service in random order. Selection for service in random order, according to which the arrivals as service randomly irrespective of their arrivals. Another rule include priority schemes, according to which a customer service is done in preference over some other customer's service. So say in a hospital, say if there is some serious patients arrive, then he can be served first. He can be given preference or priority over the other patient who are waiting for their turn. There are three types of queuing system. Okay, just remember these names. Single channel queuing model with Poisson arrival. So here the arrival pattern is Poisson, follows Poisson distribution, and exponential service time. This means that the service system will follow exponential distribution while the arrival pattern follow Poisson distribution. And there will be single channel. Okay, this means only there will be one server only who will serve the customer. Then multiple channel queuing model, there will be more than one channel with Poisson arrival and exponential service time. Okay, so difference between first and second is the number of channels. Here we have single channel, here we have multiple channels. Then multiple phase queuing model, here we have more than one phases. Okay, with Poisson arrival and Erlang service distribution. So you can see in all these three, okay, the arrival pattern follows Poisson distribution. The arrival pattern follows Poisson distribution. So it is the most common arrival pattern distribution which is used. These are the different operating characteristics of a queuing system. Queue length, it represents number of customers in waiting line. As I have told you, it does not include the number of customers who are being served. It just includes the customers who are waiting for their turn to get their service. Number of customers in the system. Now system includes queuing line and the service facility. So it includes total number of customers. This means number of customers who are in the queue, who are waiting for their turn, and the number of customers who are being served. So it includes total number of customers in the system. Waiting time in queue. This means that how much time you have spent in the queue. It does not include the time which the system take to provide you the service. It only means the time that you have spent in the service. That is waiting time in queue. Waiting time in system, it means total elapsed time from entry into the system until exit from the system. Include both waiting time and service time. So for example, say at 11 AM you join the queue, okay, and at 11:20 AM you start getting the service. So this means that you wait for 20 minutes. So the waiting time here will be 20 minutes. At 11:20 your service start, and say at 11:30 your service finishes, and then you leave the system. So the service time will be 10 minutes. Okay, and the total time will be 20 plus 10, 30 minutes. So the time that you have spent in the system is 30 minutes. Okay. Then service facility utilization. It represents the percentage of time the service facilities are busy, or means that how much portion of time the servers are busy in providing the service. Utilization factor is denoted by a Greek symbol rho, and it is calculated by the formula rho equals to lambda by mu, where lambda is what? It is the average number of customers arriving per unit of time, and mu is the average number of customers being served per unit of time. Remember this formula, it is important. So rho represents the percentage of time for which the servers are busy. So higher is the utilization factor, higher will be the efficiency of the system, because it means that for a large portion of time the servers are busy in providing the service to the customers. Now we will see some questions. In queuing theory, statistical pattern by which customer arrives over a period of time follows. We have discussed the arrival pattern usually follows Poisson distribution. So option number 3 is the right answer. Customer who wait for a certain time and leave the system if service is not commenced by that time are known as, so they are known as reneging or impatient customers. Second option is the right option here. The following statements relate to queuing theory. Choose the correct code for the statements being correct or incorrect. Statement 1, queue length refers to total number of customers in the system. No, it is wrong. Queue length refers only to the customers who are waiting in line. It does not include the customers being served. So statement 1 is wrong. The most common queue discipline is first come first serve. Statement 2 is correct. 1 is wrong, 2 is correct. So the correct code will be statement 2 is correct but 1 is incorrect. So code 3 is the right answer of this question. So students, if you are preparing for IIT JEM, CSIR NET and NTUC NET, you can buy study material from Edunkle. It will definitely help you to crack your examination, and you can also download the app of Edunkle from your Google Play Store. On this app, you will find a support from more than 250 experienced faculties who will help you to solve your queries and to crack your examination. Thank you very much.